Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. My name is Nate Patrick, or Nate PTK. You are here for the F1 Grand Prix TK. And a little bit of wordplay, we don't mind that, we do, but we move past it. We're up to race 3 of the Grand Prix TK. Every week we're doing a different race that sort of is one that you're going to see in the F1 2021 season for real. We've got some money on the line for subs, making it a bit interesting. On your screen now are the standings after 2 races. It's early days. Joggles in the Alpha Tauri on top, ahead of Bags by 1. Bambi in behind, who doesn't seem to be here today. M-Stone, another driver that doesn't seem to be here. Tryhard in 5th in the Alpha. Jazz, another absentee, and Red Bull in 6th. Granny 7th. Airborne, Clifford, and Sul round out your top 10. You have a look at the team standings. McLaren on top. Who would have thought? Who would have thought with a driver that high up and just smashing it? Every week, McLaren is smashing it. You see the orange blur, and it just freaks you out. Bags' comeback in round 1 was just amazing. Joggles sort of doing it solo, because unfortunately, he hasn't been able to find a teammate. Unlucky lad. Ferrari well placed in 3rd. M-Stone's been there. Now Clifford's here. They can keep the carry on. It seems like Airborne isn't here today, unless I'm missing something. I can't see him on the list, so unlucky Tryhard. Didn't pick a great teammate there. Evidently, a few other, let's say, dark horses down below. Interestingly, you've got Chris, who's making his debut, as is Club Clifford, as mentioned before. We have a quick look at the finishes. Joggles on the podium twice, 3rd and 1st. Bags doing it in reverse, but there's a fastest lap in there, which is why they're separated by a point. Bambi's been good. Chris has been filled in by it for the sub, but look at Clifford's sub. 8th and 8th. Thank you very much, says Club Clifford. However, we got important things to do. There you go. Those are your qualifying standings. Joggles, your Grand Prix TK leader in 1st, Tryhard 2nd, Branny in 3rd. A little bit of daylight to quite a few AI, to be quite honest, and you must wonder, are the people, the human races, purposefully going a little bit slower, or is this just how it's going down? Is this just how it's going down? Bags actually says, messed up at turn 1, went straight into the wall. Clifford says, this track, without custom setups, is something else. Hold on to your butts, friends. We're going to have an interesting race. You do feel like just finishing could well be an achievement. It is very interesting to see the 3 human races at the top split by the AI. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, race 3 is underway. Lights out here in Monaco. And a bit of a stall early. I can't tell if that's your pole, Joggles. And we'll leave it nice and empty into the turn 1, because it's always carnage, and carnage it is. Multiple cars involved. We're not surprised in the slightest. As always, feel free to make clips and send them through. Get featured on the race highlights each week. But it is Joggles who's got through most cleanly. Tryhard in 2nd, Branny in 3rd. Only an 18-car race this week. Capped at 10 AIs. The yellow flag is out, so we're going to take it nice and chill. One has the feeling it won't be the last time that happens today. As mentioned, not many opportunities to overtake, and just so many opportunities for things to go wrong. That turn 1 is infamous. Maybe not as infamous as the Nouvelle Chicane, but still. You can see it in the background of the camera that the broadcaster has chosen. Joggles leading Tryhard with Branny in 3rd. A lot of AI drivers there after that. Clifford in 9th, Arbate 11th, Bags all the way back in 12th. Bayless 13th, Chris 14th, and some AI again after that. Looked like maybe Joggles, maybe someone in behind was locking up. Not quite sure what occurred. Again, we like hearing from the drivers themselves. On board with Joggles, your race leader. It's going to be a nicer view for him compared to some of our friends at the back of the pack. Look at that. M-Stone is here in support for Clifford. Unknown why M-Stone is not racing today, but we'll take the support. Clifford on his Grand Prix TK debut. Maybe this is a nice way of just getting to know the track. Enjoy your lovely scenic camera angles. I think the tunnel's my favorite part, though, to be honest. I know there's so many brilliant parts, but I can't get enough of the tunnel. Just take a look at that. Apparently it does bits with the wind resistance as well. Like an up to 30% reduction in speed because of the wind, the velocity. Remember as well, back in the day, it doesn't get affected by the weather. So there was one Monaco GP where it was raining, and the F1 went in there with like a hose and whatnot and wet that part of the track. Hopefully we'll be underway again shortly. We did see last week, even with the safety car out, some drivers choosing to manually drive it out, and I'll be honest, it was not a good decision. We had crashes under the safety car. Oh, M-Stone is moving. M-Stone, that is a very good reason not to be here, mate. I hate moving, and I sincerely hope the move goes well for you, brother. Maybe also hope that Ferrari go well today. There is only one Ferrari. Didn't make it for the AI. No reason why. We just have to pick a maximum of 10, and unfortunately, whatever reason, no Ferrari. I regret my decision immediately. This won't be the last safety car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wanted unrestricted, unrelenting racing action, you might have to check out another video, because this is Monte Carlo, Monaco. There are two Ferrari? Oh, I've missed Leclerc altogether. I'm like, why didn't I pick M-Stone, Clifford? This isn't quite a bigger mistake as I made last week. But I just looked. I don't know. I've just missed Leclerc. I don't know why. Maybe because of all the team changes. I'm looking at Leclerc and I'm not looking for red anymore. I don't know. Excuses. I can't keep up with who's human, who's AI. But thank you, Clifford. In the race. Still in the stream. M-Stone. I told you I respected you, mate. Good thing past Nate has it down, because current Nate's got nothing. 20 laps to be had here in race 3. Surely racing can't be that far away. The banana cars in 17th and 18th spots. Chris on debut. Won't be happy with that. And Jimmy Dime's unable to be with us, represented by an AI, by a sub this week. But anyway, enough about that. On board now, green lights are plenty. Joggles, Tryhard, and Branny. We might go back to the pack a little bit, because you have a feeling it couldn't possibly be this clean for that long. And slightly wide there, Joggles. Normally not a big deal, but at Monaco, going wide means you often go into the barrier or the wall itself. Brake in, accelerate out, Tryhard going for the eager pass. Was I watching Leclerc there from a year or so ago? Some big passes, including on that part of the track, IRL. So thankfully, it does look to be a clean restart. Will it stay clean? Unlikely. Joggles in top spot. Tryhard in second. Branny in third. A lot of AI. Then Clifford 11th. Bags making his way up in 12th. Arbate 13th. Bayless a little further back in 14th. And as mentioned, the Renault having a tough time of it early. You know what I'm considering as well? Might as well have a bit of fun with it. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Some of these ones, anybody find these ones useful, or does it just get in the way? I'll keep them there for now. It might help you to enjoy it. I like when we can talk about the actual tracks. Obviously, that's part of the joy of this tournament, where some of it's a little fictional, some of it's a little different. We are, of course, racing on real-life tracks, the real-life teams. It is the very real Joggles still holding off Tryhard for now. Branny dropping off the pace a little bit. Clifford and Bags hanging out, no doubt, further back. And Arbate, Bayless a little further back. They might try and race cleanly until maybe they realize they're not in the points anymore, and then things might change. Arbate, however, you can see there, falling down the standings considerably. That driver error, has he tried to take someone out? Hope to hear from him a little bit later. Does mean that Chris, on his Grand Prix TK debut, moves up into 16th. Only for a moment. He's back down as soon as I open my big fat mouth. R-Bait making tracks. Bayless up in 13th. Again, the points are exactly like the IRL F1. Points for your top 10 and for fastest lap. In fact, it is the fastest lap. That's the only difference right now as R-Bait has retired. There is the DNF. Well, it has been nothing but eventful for R-Bait so far in the Grand Prix TK, finishing 7th in round 1 in Melbourne, then last week in Bahrain, deciding he'd have a close little interaction, if you like, with Tryhard. Ended up in 17th spot. He is one worse than that this week in 18th. We're on board with Joggles going through the tunnel. Would love to hear from R-Bait what happened there. He was struggling in qualifying. I say once more, absolutely no judgment. Clifford reporting in that AI Stroll just tried to take him out under the safety car. Obviously, the driver's just hitting pause and letting the AI take over when it is yellow flag material. What on earth, Stroll? Please, lad. I love you, but you're an Aston Martin next season. Can you show a bit of class? Joggles taking the opportunity to pit. Fair enough. Yellow flags. It's not a bad time to do it. Am I seeing both Alpha try to pit at the same time as well, by the way? Or have I made that up? Might not be the, pretty sure it was the Alfa Romeo. Try hard. I'd love to report in and hear from that. Regardless, Joggles with that lead is still in first. It's a nice, quick, easy pit. Try hard in second. Latifi up in third. The AI Latifi hanging out. Again, if you don't like the map, I can remove it, but I'm enjoying sort of seeing where exactly everybody be at. Brunny in 4th. Brunny finishing 11th in Melbourne, then 5th last week in Bahrain. Chris in 17th, but plenty of time to make that right. Well, Chris tried overtaking me under the safety car into the hairpin. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. That's illegal. Bags in 12th. Clifford in 13th with Stroll in close contention behind him. Keep Stroll away, says Clifford, I'm sure. R-Bait. What has happened there? The People's Champion. Who would know? A reminder to the drivers, you're under no obligation to push start under the safety car, but from personal experience, I can tell you, it helps. Oh my goodness, just push start. It's not worth it. I don't care if you're trying to keep your tires warm. Don't do what happened last week and have an incident under the safety car. And dare I say this week, if Chris is to be believed. Stroll big bad. He's 10 seconds behind you now, Clifford. I wouldn't worry too much. What a wonderful experience this is, by the way, being able to interact with the drivers in real time. Yes, please. I did say earlier it wasn't going to be the last time we endure the safety car, but maybe this might be the last time. Second last time? We could have it for the rest of the race. Let's be straight up. If people are trying to overtake under safety car, it would be something for Joggles to get back-to-back dubs. 3rd in Melbourne, then winning last week. Bags Liddell 1st, then 3rd. He finds himself in 12th position. just outside of the points. Granny, as mentioned, 11th, then 5th, now in 4th. But an opportunity for Clifford in 13th to get some points. His sub finishing 8th in both races to help him out. Bayless was 10th with that solitary point in round 1. Then 18th with that infamous incident. A crash heard all around the world last week. As we've said, Chris on debut, yet to get any points. Green flags, and thanks goodness, we'll go with that. Joggles in top spot. Tryhard has tried passing on 2 occasions. On neither occasion was he successful. Branny behind Latifi, be looking to overtake nice and quickly. We go past the Grand Hotel. Opportunity for plenty to go wrong there, so we take a look in behind and of course at the leaderboard itself. Thankfully everything's okay. Don't love the tunnel, you don't love F1 racing. And to everyone's favourite part, the Nouvelle Chicane, which has been mostly well behaved. We saw Arbe in qualifying struggling. I thought we saw a little bit of carnage. I can see something floating around. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but Branny, with the overtake into 3rd, is considerably behind the top 2. But with plenty of time to make that up, we're not even halfway through race 3 of this Grand Prix TK. As Joggles records the fastest lap as well, we might go across to Bags Liddell. Up into 10th, already into the points if you don't mind, Bags Liddell. Plenty of AI in front of him. We said not many opportunities for overtaking. I guess it's a little different when you've got the AI and you don't mind getting a little bit rough with it, Bags Liddell. We are reasonably lenient with our car damage limitations, if you like, in this Grand Prix TK to try and encourage some bolder driving. As Bags goes past his McLaren teammate, he says, Lando, thanks for subbing in this week. Get behind me, I'm a chase down Leclerc. So Bags making excellent tracks. We have a little look with Tryhard. Sorry, that would be Bayless in 14th. Tryhard obviously up the top. Bayless is a tryhard with a different definition, by nature, not by name. Stroll ahead of him, who apparently has been driving rather interestingly. Clifford down in 17th. What on earth happened to Club Clifford? I'm sure we'll hear all about it. No room for overtaking there for Bayless, you see. Cornered perfectly with really good speed, but not so if Stroll is going hella slow in front of you. Nice clean racing from Bayless. Maybe he's just waiting until he sees the target in his sight that he admires. Not a lot of fanfare to be had by taking out Stroll, but someone else. Tryhard perhaps again, 2 for 2. Actually, it was airborne last week. My apologies. The teammate. This is Chris on debut. He finds himself 8 seconds behind Giovinazzi. Clifford retiring. AI torpedo gave me wing damage and hit the wall, trying to get back to the pits, but he's unable to do so. I did say at the start, finishing may well be an achievement. What I didn't say is, will finishing get you in the points themselves? These are the questions. Clifford, apologies that your first race had to be Monaco. A reminder for everybody watching, and the drivers included, we do vote for the time and place of the race each week. I encourage you to vote for the one that you'd like to race in if you're a driver, and indeed maybe get your mates to vote for it too. Democracy manifest. Very calm, collected at the top here from Joggles. Not really needed even too many defensive maneuvers because Monaco, a lot of time to overtake, not a lot of room. And on the Beau Rivage. Again, sincere commiserations, Clifford. It's not fun not finishing a race as Chris meets the same fates. Arbate, then Clifford, then Chris, the two drivers on their debut, will not finish. A few more retirees, a few more DNFs, and just by finishing, may well collect your points. Clifford saying, in my democracy, Monaco ain't on the ballot. That would be not a democracy, my good friend. Tryhard still within touching distance. He stayed within a second of Juggles for most of this race. Branny just vibing in third. No one in front, no one behind. However, hold that thought, because the man behind is Bags Liddell. A man on the charge. Branny, we saw him clip the wall a little earlier. Trying to hold up Bags, who gets caught on the corner. Again, we said, oh, and then he tries to take him out, does he? What are we seeing from Branny? Unless he's not in control of his car, he's trying to take him out. This is unrestricted, unrelenting sabotage from Branny. Can Bags get past? He will. Now, well, Branny, not just in the points, but on the podium, deciding it was over for him. Bags is down in ninth. What have I missed? What have I missed, ladies and gentlemen? It looked like the battle in third, but I have no reason to think that that's not correct. And Branny is still in third. Is there a lap? What am I missing? Someone tell me! Someone tell me! That was Bayless sabotaging! It was Bayless! That's why Bayless has retired. Branny, I would like to apologize. I keep telling you, every race I'm going to make one major mistake because I'm looking at so many things. It was Bayless. Branny, my sincere apologies. I don't know why I thought it was you. Maybe it was because it was third and fourth and I'm failing to take into account the laps. I can only assume that Bayless had been lapped. Someone explain that scenario to me, please. Bags is forced to pit. We said, will Bayless wait to strike for a worthy target? Clifford explaining for me, thank you very much. Bags did overtake Branny, but then Bayless came in with the block and then, like a bull, continued to charge him into the corner. Bags, a bit like, dare I say, George Russell last year, will need to once again come from behind to try and get in the points. I'm shook, chat. I am shooketh. Bayless would have been lapped. Indeed, indeed. I realize that now. I should have used my eyes to view the cars themselves, not look at the leaderboard. I saw that Bags had made the overtake and at that point stopped really looking until I saw the largest unprovoked assault of 2021 so far. One race, I'll make no errors, but this is not that race. 5 laps remaining. Tryhard in front, Juggles pitting. I assume it was forced. It is a one-stop race, it's meant to be. Can he catch up to Branny, who's 26 seconds behind Tryhard, who now possibly can just keep his car on track and everything will be okay. This is Bags down in 12th. He's going to be fuming, Bags. Last week, by the way, he finishes on the podium. After finishing first in Melbourne, Bags Liddell, full of rage after the race. He was not content with third. He believed he should have been the champion. But the dirty drivers, if you will allow those words being said, have other ideas. Branny, my final and sincere apologies for thinking that you had for some reason decided to take someone out while you're in second. It made no sense to me while I was saying it. It made no sense because it didn't happen. Bagsy on the charge, trying to get into the points. I know he's just under 10 seconds behind Stroll, Kvyat, Magnussen, etc. But I have no doubt he will do so. There's a reason he's been on the podium in both races so far. And what is interesting, as Juggles easily overtakes Brenny, by the way, and heads back into second spot, is that Tryhard only now has AI to contend with. You see him there lapping Giovinazzi. If he can stay on track, avoid the other cars that, of course, he'll be lapping, things will be golden. Brenny with the DNF! Fam, I need to hear from Brenny today. I've victimized him when he's done nothing wrong, and then he's crashed out or being taken out when he was in third. My, oh my, disaster for Haas. I'll repeat, if you do have any clips of any race incidents, feel free to send them through to me. Screen record, post them on Twitter, at me, do whatever you need to do. And I'll incorporate them into the weekly highlights. Bayless, if you're proud of yourself for taking someone else, send that clip through too. No competition then for I'm a FIFA Tryhard. He finished 5th and then 6th, not yet made the podium, but is back practicing his racing into the iRacing indeed itself. Looking like only disaster can stop him from taking it out. 3 laps remaining for I'm a FIFA Tryhard. Joggles in second, some 24 seconds back. The AI having a good old time staying out there. None of them have retired. Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc, Norris, Ocon, Magnussen, Kvyat. And as I said, I never doubted Bags Liddell in the points in 10th. 3 more AI to pad out the numbers. Maybe then, with all due respect, Tryhard, we move across to Bags Liddell and see how many places he can move up with only 3 laps, or indeed under 3 laps remaining. Depending on whether you're talking about Bags or the race leader. He goes on the inside. Lovely move past Kvyat. I say lovely. In traditional F1, you probably think that's not very clean. But in the Grand Prix TK, you just need to get the job done. He's 6 seconds behind Kevin Magnussen. He'll melt that down very, very quickly. Look at that, 5.5 already. And that's when it starts to bunch up a little bit more. And he could, well, get a few more gambles and a few more overtakes towards the end. It looks like it will be a triple podium for Joggles. 3rd, then 1st, and now 2nd. He's done them all here in Monaco. But it's Tryhard who leads in Monte Carlo into his 2nd last lap. It's almost a procession. Joggles eating into the time, but it's not going to be enough. That extra pit, we'll have to check with Joggles what went down. That's why it is such a significant gap. Bags now just 3 seconds behind as he takes that corner. And that one too. Very, like they weren't even there, to put it politely. But we are nice and relaxed on those rules too. Much to the frustration of a particular driver who's not with us today. Unlucky. 1.5 seconds behind is Bags Liddell. Make that 1 second. Kevin Magnussen, get out of this man's way. He is on a mission. Bayless charging and taking him down. Will Bags be nice and cool after this race, or is he going to go find out where Bayless lives? We don't encourage it, but you can understand why. Deciding not to try and make the pass there, Bags Liddell. Fair enough. The Grand Hotel's seen a few passes today. Maybe in the tunnel. It's not working for him. We're going to switch to our league leader. Keep your eye on that leaderboard indeed. But this is Tryhard on his victory lap. You can see he's gotten ahead of Lance Stroll, who apparently has been racing A little dirty today. Out through Portier and into the tunnel. Anyone in front of him, I believe, is Hamilton. And he's so far away, Tryhard might not even need to see him. Through the chicane. As easy as you like. I'm a FIFA tryhard. The frustration, more than evident, more than justified last week. Taken out by Arbate, the most vicious clip you'll see on F1 Twitter. But he's put it right in Monaco. I'm a FIFA tryhard. Down the last turn. Into the final straight. Congratulations, Brady. Your first podium, and indeed, your first checkered flag. The fireworks are off in Monte Carlo. I'm a FIFA tryhard. We'll be sipping the virtual champagne. Joggles will be frustrated with that extra pit, but has to get it done. Verstappen further back, and we will quickly change over to Bags Liddell, who's going through the chicane as we speak. He's got Ocon behind him. I don't think he'll catch up to his teammate in Lando Norris. 2 seconds behind. He's going flat out, but Lando's actually raced okay today. Little slow. Putting on the brakes. Will go hammer and tong on the straight, but leaves it a little too late. Not much that he can do, to be fair, after being so viciously taken out. Monte Carlo, Monaco, living up to the billing. Incidents aplenty. DNFs, retirees as Bags takes your driver of the day. But there can only be one victor. And in Monaco, none can argue that I'm a FIFA tryhard. Deserves the selfie, the trophy, and maximum points from today's GP. Easy W, thank you from Tryhard. Finishing in first, Bags Liddell not only in 7th, but will get the extra point for fastest lap. Joggles in 2nd, congratulations Joggles. Getting every podium finish you can get. A lot of AI helping the absent drivers get some points. Your retirees, fam. Arbate, Clifford, Chris, Bayless, and Branny. Again, I wouldn't mind hearing what happened from him. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Monaco.